Let's stay in KwaZulu-Natal. The South African Weather Service has forecast disruptive rain and thunderstorms along the KwaZulu-Natal coast and parts of the Eastern Cape today. Now, forecaster Ayanda Nsele says heavy rainfall in Durban, Port Shepstone, Richards Bay, Amanzimtoti, uMthwalume and other areas along the coast may lead to localized flooding. Let's talk now more about this and speak to KZN Cooperative Governance Department spokesperson Siboniso Mngadi. Siboniso, you definitely possibly have your hands full looking at how things have been unfolding on the ground. What's the latest in terms of the weather?
Yeah, well, indeed, we've been experiencing an inclement weather in the province for about a week now. That has caused a devastation in various places. On the New Year's Day, we woke up on the sad news that another people have been swept away in the area of Pietermaritzburg, as well as an 8-year-old boy that was drowned in the area of Emandeni. Our disaster management teams have been on high alert ever since we issued the warning, because yesterday we were on level 2, the alert. We responded to quite a number of incidents. There were homes that were damaged last night, particularly in the area of Mandeni as well as in Ndwedwe. However, because of the inclement weather, our teams could not complete the assessment. We continue tomorrow so that we establish the full extent of the damages and also prepare the necessary interventions as we normally do as a department to assist those that may have been affected by the floods.
And Siboniso, you say yesterday it was at level 2. Is it still level 2 now, or have you moved up to, up levels? And also, can you just give us the death toll so far as Coxsackie is concerned?
Yeah, from last night's rains, which is on New Year's Eve, in Pietermaritzburg, a vehicle was swept away when the bridge collapsed. 3 occupants in that car went missing, but our search and rescue teams, they discovered 2 bodies this morning. There is still 1 person that is still missing, and the search and rescue is still continuing. So far, in the area of Pietermaritzburg, there is only 1 person that is reported missing. The dead person that was in that car, because we've discovered the other 2. And then if we move to the area of Ladysmith, that was hard hit by the flood on the Christmas Eve. Also, there was another body that was discovered there today, which takes the death toll to 23 people, and then we still have like 3 people that are missing. And then the search and rescue will also continue tomorrow morning to ensure that we try and find those that are still missing.
And I wonder then, how much of a challenge is this? Because we're also seeing in some of the areas, one thing's about Emandeni, for example, that there would be an intense, rain lasting for about 15 minutes and leading to severe, devastation when it comes to infrastructure in some of the homes. How much of a challenge is this? Because we're seeing flash flooding as well becoming a challenge.
Well, it is a challenge. One of the things that we've been trying to do is to send these early warnings, because we had quite a number of campaigns prior to the summer season where we wanted to educate and inform our people of the risk that is posed by these rains, because we wanted to maybe mitigate that risk by at least saving human lives. We understand that maybe household can be repaired, but once a life is lost, it's lost. So it has been quite a challenge. We will go on the ground by tomorrow when the weather is cleared up, maybe to access and also see to working with other departments such as human settlement. But now we're going to intervene to assist those people that have been affected.
And we've carried extensively the story of Ladysmith. You've updated us a little bit on it, but what's the situation like on the ground there now?
Well, in the area of Ladysmith, you will recall that it wasn't much of a household destruction, but it was mostly the cars that were on the N11 when that river bank collapsed. That caused so much damage that many lives were lost as a result of that. So we've been on the area throughout the week, meeting with the families and then assisting those families that have found their loved one in preparation for the funerals. So we're also looking into the cause of that riverbank to collapse, and then we'll be working on that to ensure that we do not experience something similar in the near future.
And, you know, when one drives through some of these areas, you see, as you say, there are some infrastructure challenges there. And I wonder how much of an urgent situation is this for COGTA, especially when you look at the fact that you've been experiencing inclement weather and you are now seeing some bridges that need to be repaired and others that are probably holding on for dear life. So how much of an urgent situation is that? Because you still have quite a lot of people who live in the province and visitors as well.
Yeah, it is quite, it is very urgent, but we are working with quite a number of stakeholders, the Department of Infrastructure, the Transport, and also the SNDF has been also helping with some other projects that are helping in terms of building those bridges and also repairing those that need to be repaired. In the area of Ladysmith, I must also indicate that we, as a department, the Disaster Management Center, we intervened because the town used to get very flooded because there was a dam that is on the upper side that was overflowing to the town, but there were also valves that were added to control the water flow whenever there is rain. So in this summer season, we've been seeing that in Ladysmith as a result of that intervention that we made. We also look into this and then how we're going to avoid it going forward.
And Siboniso, then what happens and how have the holiday makers then been impacted by this? Because you know that is quite a popular province, and with a lot of holiday makers either flocking there or people leaving the city of Johannesburg to go back home.
Well, in as much as I haven't seen the stats, but I do not believe that there may be a significant number of holiday makers that were affected by these incidents, because in the area of Ladysmith, it was just a once incident, but unfortunately, it costed so much lives. But in other cities, like in the area of Durban and in the coastal cities, we haven't seen much of the disruption. So I wouldn't believe that maybe there were some holiday makers that were affected by this flood at this point.
All right, let's clarify then finally for our viewers the death toll in Ladysmith, how many, and give us that breakdown again.
Okay, in Ladysmith, there was another body that was discovered today, which takes the death toll to 23 people in Ladysmith alone, and then we still have 3 people that are still missing in that area. But also, we must add that there were other fatalities that were recorded in the area of Danhauser. There were 2, and then there was another boy that drowned in that was swept away just on a Christmas Eve, also in Mandane. So if you add those numbers, it will come about to 30 people that we've unfortunately passed away during these holidays in KwaZulu-Natal. But also in Pietermaritzburg, I must emphasize that currently, after the yesterday incidents, only 2 people have been confirmed to have passed away, and then we're still searching for the other one that was also in the car.
All right, so Siboniso will continue to check in with you, as you say that even your teams as well are also trying to gather some strength and deal with this challenging weather as well in order to be able to assist those on the ground. But thank you for that update. That was KZN Cooperative Governance Department spokesperson Siboniso Mngadi.